Dope Dialogue.
Central bank digital currencies are going to replace the fiat dollar. I think that's my opinion. Do your research. Don't listen to me. Do your research. But I think central bank digital currencies are going to knock fiat out. And that is going to be what we think of now when we think of the dollar. I think we're going to refer to central bank digital currencies in that same way one day.
Cool. You mentioned earlier that you're, kind of before we started, that you also take in your doses of conspiracy theories from time to time, just to get, different aspects and everything. When it comes to replacing fiat currency, what do you think of the idea that this is the reason why a lot of these events that's been happening in the past couple of years, and maybe even before, are being prolonged? Is it to continue printing money and get rid of the dollar that way, or do you feel CBDCs will be introduced a little bit more slowly over time?
I do think they're going to come slowly, but I think it's all been, if we're going to say it, I'm going to say it, I think it's all been orchestrated. It's just working too closely together. Everything is lining up kind of conveniently, if you ask me. If you look at the state of the world right now, the last thing people are focused on is what's going on with cryptocurrency and digital currency. People are out here trying to eat, they're trying to survive, they're trying to stay healthy. People are worried, and that's where everybody's minds are. But conveniently, with all these closures, if you pay attention to what's going on, it's odd, that people aren't taking currency anymore. A lot of places are like, we don't take cash, or you have to have exact cash, or there's a coin shortage. That's interesting. It's odd to me, so many banks that closed down during COVID, now that we're kind of supposedly on the other side of it, they've never reopened. It's also odd to me that banks, one time I went to go do a deposit for my job, and there was a sign on the door, and it said that the bank was using COVID as an opportunity to update their processing systems.
Right.
What? What?
Real.
What? I think people should read the stimulus, the Senate bills. They put the stimulus information on the front and they hide the rest of the stuff in the back. But there's whole executive orders and Senate bills happening at the same time as COVID that are laying the infrastructure for all of these things to take place. I think it's real convenient that everybody's at home. And I think that while we've been home, they put out, last time I counted, 2,200 ATMs that have BitCoin ATMs across the United States. 2,200 during COVID. Like, 2 + 2 is 4.
For real. And also too, like with what you mentioned with the Senate bills, the conspiracy theorist in me kind of sees it as the way they want to zoom in on accounts that have 600 or more. That's kind of the intro into CBDCs, where they're already prying through your information. You're going to be used to it when it comes time where it's a digital currency that automatically has all your transaction data in it as soon as you get it. So.
There's some research that I've been doing on one currency where they are trying to be able to tie people's personal information to it and inoculate basically people with using digital currency, like connecting it all. I think that it's inevitable. I think that change is inevitable. I can go down the conspiracy theory lane like that. People call it conspiracy theory, but all the conspiracy theories becoming true. So I'm like, I think we should just call it a spoiler alert. I read that somewhere. It's not really conspiracy if it could be proven to come true one day. So it's easy for the government to call something a conspiracy theory, but the government is not even the most informed within this space. So I don't think don't get me started on the government.